Welcome everyone to part 5 of the Homestuck reading that I am doing. I would like to thank all returning viewers and would like to welcome all new viewers of the stream and the YouTube channel. I will do in these videos I do an analysis of Homestuck as well as character voices and general reading of the series. Last time we stopped at the introduction of Arch Agent Jack Noir, after being given a large amount of exposition and being introduced to both Jade Harley and Carcat, the first troll. We didn't get a in-character introduction to him. However, we did get a text introduction to him through PesterQuest. We shall begin now. Dawn Comical Hat. This frivolous headdress turns your stomach. You'd sooner stick your head in a furnace than coax it into this monstrosity's loathsome, colorful maw. It's bad enough that your exalted ruler ordered everyone to drape themselves in these hideous rags the moment the troublesome human with the pipe and his child showed up. But you draw the line at the hat. Call a minion. You order one of your burliest agents to the scene. He brings something heavier this time. Your transmission is interrupted. It seems your glorious monarch has concerns over your wardrobe. Fine. You begrudgingly don the comical hat. Stupid, lousy, wise, and just leader. What a royal pain in the ass. Throw down hat in disgust. You fully intend to once your superior stops breathing down your neck for a second. Wait, what now? Let's go, Dad! Beat his ass! Your blood is boiling so hot you could cook an egg on your carapace. Looks like you'll have to go handle this yourself. Investigate room for anything Dad may have left behind. It seems there are some unopened birthday presents which Dad didn't get around to giving you yet. Present time. Open a present to open a present, see what's inside. The one on the right seems promising. You open it to see what is inside and oh god, yes. Control deck, fetch modus, inventory management system. Obtain sweet loot. You tear into this thing and put a mean peep on the sweet loot. In addition to the modus control deck, you got a bonus array fetch modus, plus another 12 cards, which are practically worthless by this point, but hey, you'll take them. First thing you do is flush the extra cards into your deck. Okay, really, this is just way too many cards. Equip Array Fetch Modus. The Array modus allows you to store and retrieve any item from any card at any time. It seems exceptionally serviceable, albeit difficult to weaponize. Boring. Read instructions for control deck. Something interesting about the Array modus is that it's light blue, which tend to be the colors most associated with John. I That might be important for later. There's nothing to read, really. You just pop some Modus cartridges in the slots, fire it up, and see what happens. You start by putting the stack and Q modi in the slots. Your Psilodex now behaves like both a stack and a queue. Items can be removed from either the top or the bottom card. You see no reason at all not to jam the array cartridge in there too. You make sure to blow the dust out first, of course. The Sildex reconfigures itself into an array of district Q stacks. Now we're talking. This is just a sort of needless complexity you have come to expect from your inventory management system. Unwrap the smallest present first. You have a staunch policy of always saving the biggest present for last. Always. You receive a box of delicious fruit gushers. Could this birthday get any better? You don't think so? Oh yeah, I would like to remind everyone that this entire series started out with this boy's birthday. We have gone absolutely insane. Open the big one. You thought wrong. Fill up an entire Q stack of shoes. Okay, awesome. Q stack full of shoes. Capture log, the fruit gushers. Dang, you spaced out and put it in the wrong Q stack. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of this thing. Closely inspect fruit gushers box. So delicious. You can't wait to capture log one of these packs and make like a million gushers. Screw all this building nonsense. You'd rather make candy. Wait a minute. It it can't be. Betty Croker. The heinous Batterwitch has her grand gnarled claws and everything. What do gushers have to do with baked goods anyway? How does this make sense? Why? Why? And that, my friends, is why you must hate every monopoly ever. Mental breakdown. Kiwi mango. I'm not This is stupid. Jade. Retrieve package. Stripe. Array. Array. Heads up. Or Arsenal. Heart shot. What? Why are we on the road? What kind of anime bullshit is this? Or artillery. Shoot the legs. What? If I were high right now, this would give me a heart attack. Armamentify. I know. Shoot the heart again. What the fuck is with this dog? Or whatever this thing is. This makes no sense. What are you? You became the world. Or go finish. Come on, shoot it. I give it. And we gave it the irradiated steak that we had last episode. Good dog. It is a dog. So I can call it a bitch. And we fall asleep again, for some reason. And the dog puts its own. Okay, I'm back to bed, I guess, Jade. furry, Rose. Check self for any mixed atoms with cat. Nope, no mixed atoms. Looks like you and the kitty kept your genes to yourselves. Your new kitty, whose name is... You'll think of one later. Hey, where the heck are you anyway? Look around room. Oh, you're back home. The well-stocked bar and the vantage from the window tells you this is your mom's room. Or at least, what you thought was her room. You decide not to be especially melodramatic about this revelation. Watch the meteor impact. Huh, that's funny. Shouldn't that place be unestablished by now? The downpour of smaller meteors has stopped. Oh, better get out of here. This room is a powder keg with all the booze lying around. John, get down to business. Suddenly you are feeling very businessman-like for some reason. You just punched a shitload of cards in anticipation of making a whole lot of cool stuff. This time you didn't foolishly destroy any items. You just looked at the codes for some objects you rounded up and punched them on black cards. You wonder how much alchemizing you can get away with before Rose gets back. As if she's got any right to tell you what to do with your hard-earned grist. You're the one running around here putting your ass on the line. All she's got to do is mess around with her computer. Anyway, you better hurry. Jade, dream. I see we are dreaming. I wonder what Jade's dreaming about. She's going to experience a nuclear explosion. Or not. There's just there's robot Jade. I thought we would only be getting into robots after like Arc 5 or something. I don't know. I see. She's dreaming about a more colorful room, the sun on her bed, and a moon as her dress. And there's a robot. You are now dreaming. Your dreambot is awake and active. I see a dreambot. Obliquely foreshadow future through interpretive dance. Come on, everyone, let's try and figure out what the fuck they're trying to foreshadow. Either some kind of peace or her telling someone to stop at something. It's one or the other. Oh no, it's your silly dance foreshadows nothing and is essentially meaningless. But it sure is a lot of fun. Quick, get into bed. If you would all give me 1 second. Thank you everyone for waiting patiently. You climb into bed and try to get comfortable, but some sort of invisible force is pressing down on you. A strange feeling of cold, heavy metal. This happens every time you try to get into bed. No wonder you can never get any sleep. Realize you can fly. There's not much to realize. Of course you can fly. Open the package. You stop all this flying around nonsense and examine John's birthday package. Unfortunately, you cannot open it yet. This package has an important journey to make first. You're planning on delivering it momentarily. Good thing you already know what's inside. Otherwise, you would surely be consumed by curiosity and suspense. You sincerely pity anyone who might be forced to endure such a fate. Months in the past. Enough for the above weather to be seasonably reconcilable. Ghosty Trickster. I think this is the either John. This is John's old name, which is very interesting. Ghosty Trickster. Before it was ectobiologist. Began pestering guarding gnostic. Hey, happy birthday, Jade. Yay! Thank you, John. Ooh, okay. I got your present in the mail just on time. Plus I sent roses and Dave's too. Why do your guys' birthday is got to be all bunched together like that? You're running me ragged. I know, but it is nice of you to think of us all like that. I can't wait for you to see what I got you. I don't want to spoil it or anything, but hopefully it'll help you solve those problems you've been having lately. Mysterious wink. I'm sure it is great. I can't wait either. Might take a while to get here from there, but it will be worth the wait. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. I forgot about how long it takes you to get stuff. Ugh, John, that's okay, really. I'm sure will get to me exactly when it needs to, and it will be a nice surprise when it does. Okay, I hope so. Ooh. Uh, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to tell someone to go away. Oh God. Trolls again. Yep. They have been such a pain in the ass lately. Seems like there are so many. There are either like 50 of these retards or it's one guy with a lot of alt accounts. I've never had any sort of feeling about them or what they want, which is kind of weird, but it seems to me like they're probably all different people and not one guy. I have counted 12. What do they want with us? Some people just like to needle others for some reason, John. It is like a game, I guess. They're like pranksters. Oh, hell no. Shittiest pranksters ever. But I think they are mostly harmless. Every so often they manage to get through my block filter and hassle me. It's been going on for years. Actually, some of them are kind of funny, I think. Oh wow. What? Years? Okay, well I'm sick of them. I've been thinking of changing my Pesterchum handle to throw them off the trail, so I guess I'm gonna go do that. So I was correct. He did change it to ectobiologist, and I don't know how to feel about the fact that I'm actually remembering these things. I feel like I've achieved peak nerdom. John, make totems. You've already carved a few totems, but you have had to return to the living room for more Crookside dolls. Your carving work is not nearly complete. Every time you re-enter your room, you shudder at the recent handiwork of some mischievous imps. You just can't turn your back on them for a second. Rotten imps. Those posters were like children to you. Flee room. For Rose. At long last, you have returned to your bedroom with a stable power supply and internet connection. Vodka Mutiny purrs at your side. So that's the cat's name. Vodka Mutiny. Or Mutiny. You suppose you will call it Muddy for short. That's a slur. Pester John. That's quite a totem collection. What are you planning? Oh, wow. Hi. Gonna make some stuff. Are you okay? Hasn't your house been on fire for like 5 hours now? No, that was the nearby forest, which up until quite recently would have been best described as on fire. But you may be excited to learn that just as recently, my house finally notched that achievement. Wow. Congrats, I guess. Thank you. Have you seen Dave? Nah, his bro's probably kicking his ass. That's probably all there is to say on the matter. Okay, I'm going to start putting this grist to use too. Let's be sparing with the frivolous knick-knack breeding and focus on getting you up to the gate, okay? Yeah, okay, I hear you, but I think we'll have plenty. I've been killing imps all over the house, and now it's lousy with gushers. Gushers? I mean grist. Serves them right for ruining my posters, the bastards. Which posters? Don't you see? My sweet movie posters. Look at them. They're fucking ruined. John? Question mark. Are you suggesting that imps are responsible for defacing your movie posters? Yeah. Your posters have looked like that ever since I first saw your room. The moment we started playing this game. I thought you defaced them ironically to mock your father's interests. John? Question mark. Very funny, Rose. Now, I will need to check back after this video in order to make sure that, in fact, that's how they've always been. Nice joke. Great joke there, Rose. Top of the line. Prank. This is good. Laughter is probably the best way to avoid being especially melodramatic about the revelation. Yes, yes. Let's keep this joke going because it is such a good one. Oh my. WV. Descend. We are now with the mayor again. You cannot descend from the top of your mobile station. The loose cable you gathered up and tied together is not yet long enough to allow you to reach the ground safely. You have used all the cable you can find. You'll have to come up with another plan. Sacrifice your mayoral sash for more cables. Absolutely not. What? What, are you crazy? A mayor does not relinquish his mayoral sash under any circumstances ever, period. Purify the temple. That's such a dumb idea. Not as dumb as using your sash, but it comes close. That temple is way too big. You'd probably just end up purifying a chunk of useless, boring rock. Wait, what's that? There's something dangling from the top of one of the towers near the temple. Command Serenity to carry the rope to you. She is a tiny insect and cannot possibly lift more than the weight of a pumpkin seed. She does, however, inform you of what the ledge contains through a series of informative blinks. There is an old rusty harpoon lodged into the crumbling rock. Tied to it is a bunched up jumble of handy cable. This strikes you as convenient. It is almost as if someone knew you would need a bunch of cable, and that you would have a mayoral shaft made out of cable, and that you were practically attached to that mayoral shaft and would stubbornly refuse to use it. Okay, I think my previous theory on this entire setup being made by Jade makes sense. First of all, there's a harpoon. Who's the one character we know who uses ranged weaponry who could realistically use a harpoon as a gun? Jade. And who is the one who has future vision? Jade. Granted, this could be a red herring to reveal someone who is not Jade who has the same ability, but we simply do not have any evidence to show that person even exists. So for now, it's Jade. Or potentially her grandfather, if he's still alive, and not literally, what you call it? I forget the term for it. I think it's taxidermied, and he's not a taxidermied human doll in her house. Anyone who knew that much would surely possess a special gift. Alas, it seems a bit far-fetched. Get your rope. Okay, we just established it was a cable and not a rope, but that's okay. You take a hasty swig from one of your delicious ponds and put down. You then quickly adjust the coordinates to purify the jumble of handy cable. Oh yeah, that's Jade. It's John's present. That's just Jade. To Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I was correct. It was Jade. Oh, of course. The time wasn't sent to the present moment. Somehow it got reset to a few hundred years. What? Okay, so you're telling me this was a few years, but not a lot, but not that many years in the future, and then it turns out that it's a few hundred years ago. I see. So in this timeline, not that many years ago means a few hundred years ago. I mean, I suppose it makes sense given the medium is timeless. It would make sense how someone could realistically send a message to it from hundreds of years into the future. It is some sort of present from the past, in the present. Attached is an envelope. It looks extremely important. You open the envelope. Inside is a letter and another envelope. This is all highly confusing and do not know what to make of it. Still, it is obviously critical mayoral business, which you take very seriously and will defend this package with your life. Try to purify the cable again. You set the time to the present and purify the jumble of cable. Take obvious course of action. You tie all the cable together and carefully lower your precious pumpkin bindle. You then rappel down the station and with the package which must not leave your side. Years in the future, which is to say, the present moment precisely. Oh, someone's gonna shoot him. Or just look at him. An aimless renegade prepares for company. Let's check this other page. Oh, I see. He has quite a good gun. I don't know what kind of gun this is. I'm not a gun guy. I don't know guns like that. Rose, build as much as you can as fast as you can. Okay. Well, I make some stuff here. Can you keep an eye out for imps? Just keep the safe or tub handy or something. It'll serve them right for trashing my posters. I keep telling you the posters were always like that. And I keep telling you, ha ha, very funny. Here, look. Oh my god, it was the case. Sprite prototyped once more with grandmother's remains. She treats John to some helpful exposition in a friendly, maternal, grandmaternal manner. Co-player has displayed inexplicably capricious behavior since arrival. Stress related? Contracted virus indigenous to realm. It should be noted he was kind of a weird guy anyway. Yeah, I saw those, but they didn't look like that before. You must have changed them. Even if I had the motive for such a bizarre and pointless deception, where would I find the time? I don't even have Photoshop. Then why didn't you tell me they were there? I had no reason to think you were not aware of them. I thought they were strange, certainly, but not struck by any particular impulse to discuss them. Okay, it still doesn't make sense though. Implying that I drew them a while ago and then forgot and couldn't see them and now suddenly see them? That's stupid. What would that even mean? It looks like you were in your father's room recently. Yeah, and how did it make you feel to discover what was in there? Oh no, I just realized you were going to therapify me. Well, don't bother. Maybe I'm just being a friend. Maybe, slashed eyes suspiciously. Anyway, I guess you saw what's in there. It's boring and there's not much to even see. That doesn't matter. What matters is how seeing it affected you. I think it clearly has in some way. Well, I don't know. At first I was nervous to go in and find more of his weird clowns. Because of course they're stupid and I hate them a lot. But then when I didn't see any, it was weird. I felt weird. Like, disappointed almost. Is it fair to say this changed your perception of your father? Yeah, I guess. Is it such a stretch to conclude it changed your perception of other things as well? No, maybe not. But what are you getting at? Sounds like you're saying I'm crazy. Alchemize. I don't like to use the word crazy. Oh god, see, this is therapy bullshit. That was a joke. But anyway, whether it means you're crazy or not, consider this theory. Your presumably long-standing tendency for scrawling this imagery is really your subconscious trying to express something disturbing within you, possibly something from your past, which you have blocked out. And since you have suppressed it, your conscious self cannot acknowledge the drawings. Therefore, they have been invisible until now. Why now? Perhaps because you have seen evidence that conflicts with the worldview your subconscious has constructed to obfuscate the truth. That your dad is not necessarily the clown-loving maniac you thought he was. All along, this negative attribute buried in your psyche may have been projected onto him and subsequently reviled as a sort of defense mechanism. But this is absurd. My dad loves these shitty clowns. He's got all these statues and paintings everywhere. Is it unthinkable that over the years it was he who believed you were the one with a passion for clowns because of all the strange drawings in your room? A father then embraces his son's hobbies to establish a stronger bond. or wages a campaign of passive-aggressive mockery of your interest. Either is plausible. I don't know your dad that well. I don't know. Not sure about all this. But I think we need to stop and acknowledge the bunny Santa Care fedora I just made. It's awesome. Yeah. Alright, so John is very clearly trying to remove himself from the situation, which I suppose makes sense with the analysis I made of him in an earlier episode where he's someone who has interests, but who very much so might attempt to obfuscate those interests with meaningless work, or who is lacking an actual interest. It's and is trying to find something that fulfills him, just while everything else around him is genuinely just kind of a nothing burger. Wow, what are you doing, by the way? Rose, sorry to say, but this is all looking kind of silly. I'm trying to spread the upward construction around so there's a more substantial foundation for later on, but I'm starting to wonder if it will be strong enough. It's kind of starting to wobble a little. I don't think brick chimneys were meant to serve this architectural purpose. Yeah, no shit! I might have to adopt a different building strategy. Stick to more load-bearing walls and blockier shapes, especially since grist has been easier to come by lately. Okay, but you really must be running low on time by now, right? Right. Strider! Jade, dream up, extra arms, and play advanced bass solo. Oh my god. Chains, wooden lava fires, to cycle through Star Heart Horseshoe. Forgive me, folks, I will need just 1 second. Alright, folks. Um, Forgive me for the sudden disappearance. I would like to bring up aspects of this that returning viewers would know, but those who don't know wouldn't. Where we are currently in this dream of Jade's is that we are currently in the what I will call for now the Citadel of Light, which surrounds Skya. This was brought up earlier on as one of the citadels between light and dark, which means that Jade is dreaming into that citadel. I don't know what lore implications this has, but it does imply that at the very least Jade is heavily important to the overall setting. Which does make sense given we saw her earlier on, given we know about her future vision, her talents, and everything. They already make her seem very important, especially with everyone else who is also, seemingly, very important. Okay, good idea. You leave the moon in the cycle, though, 'cause you like it. Go explore the Golden City. Oh, I see. So these are like the light-based imps. Go and make a new friend. Her realm is somehow connected to a larger realm or larger part of this light citadel. Also, oh my god, that is one of the previous characters we saw, or something very similar looking to it, which implies the mayor, the one with the gun, and the one who was in the ball uh thing we saw are all imps. The one in the ball may have been a light-based imp, and the other two were dark-based imps. Which means while I was wrong in a previous episode to call them aliens, they still kinda are. I would like for you all to wait a second. I'm going to have to commit a modding. Alright, we shall continue. WV. Eat letter and envelope. Will you cut that out? You have company. Look behind you. See? Over there. Read letter. Dear Mr. Mayor, go here. I see. So Jade's future vision is heavily implied to be connected to the light world. Or in general, just the entire Incipisphere. Give present. Hooray. Oh, please do this. The freedom of your people depends on it. Your friend, which is Jade. A, a darkness gun. Baraka. We have a lot of gun firing, but not much else. And now our two gentlemen have met up. Give present. Hooray. To Miss Mail Lady. Oh, so this is a woman. I've been very wrong. Gracefully fly to the other golden tower. This is from Jade's perspective. You decide to check on your neighbor. Inspect neighbor's tower. It is very much the same as your own. The only difference is that this one is the home to a young boy instead of a young girl. You peer through the window. This is going to be John. John is, of course, sound asleep. It looks like he is having troubled dreams as usual. You cannot disturb his slumber, though. He'll wake up when he is ready. Okay, this is some Lovecraft type stuff then, where when you dream, the dream you is actually the more real you, and the one in the actual world is the more fake you. Meaning that when you dream, you're actually awake, and when you're not, and when you're awake, you're actually asleep. If you don't know Lovecraft, this is sounding like a drag-addle trip. And that also explains his everything, I guess. I guess his little home was invaded by the darkness. Speaking of John, you wonder if we got the birthday present you sent him, or for that matter, if you even remembered to send it. Darn, you get so confused sometimes. If only you had some system in place to help you remember things. Your moon is getting very close to Skaya. You'd better go inside soon. It is never a very good idea to be outside during the eclipse. Maybe you can take the opportunity to log onto your computer and ask John about his present. You just know he will think it is awesome, and it'll be a great way to thank him for the wonderful present he got you. John, alchemized in the 1980s time-lapse montage. That would be pretty cool, and would promote the appearance to the audience that a whole lot was kinda done in not so much time. But it also sounds like kind of a pain in the ass, so you decide to play it straight up this time. Rose has moved the alchemiter back down to the deck while she reworks the building project up there. Just as well because it will save you a lot of legwork. Because this between this thing, the Designates and the lathe, there's a whole lot of scrambling around. Recombine hammer and pogo ride. This time, instead of overlapping the two cards which created the pogo hammer, you use the two codes to double punch a blank card, producing a different hole pattern. The result is the Hammerhead Pogo Ride. Doesn't look like it's as much fun as the original ride, but to be fair, it's probably a lot safer. Double punching cards creates patterns with more holes, rather than less holes by overlapping cards. This strikes you as a viable method for combining more than two items without whittling down to too few holes, or too many. Just mix up the overlaps and double punches, and the sky's the limit. Combine ghost shirt and suit. You make the green slime ghost suit. Pretty swanky, but you are not completely satisfied with the wardrobe upgrade yet. Combine ghost suit and wise guy book. You make the wise guy slime suit. This is so much better. Seems there are lots of secret trickery gimmicks concealed in oh shit, there go the cards. Combine glasses and PDA. You make this series business goggles. This is pretty nice hands-free communication solution, and it makes you look way cooler. Like one of the kids from Spy Kids or something. God, that was a good movie. Real spies, only smaller. Combine sledgehammer, telescope, and Sasuke attacks. You make the telescopic Sasacrusher at pretty considerable expense. This thing could probably pound an ogre into crude burger. Of course, you have no hope of lifting it whatsoever. Combine gushers and blue ectoplasm. You mix your gushers with some of the blue slime Nana left on the wall to make a box of hellacious blue phlegm aneurysm gushers with ghostly healing properties. These should be convenient, if somewhat unappetizing. Combine fake arm, blue ectoplasm, and PDA. He's made one of those old Nintendo gloves, except they affect reality. You make the remote ghost gauntlet. It looks like when you put on the special computer glove, it lets you control the big slimy ghost hand. The ghost gauntlet appears to have a considerably higher lift capacity than your own puny arms. Combine ghost gauntlet and bathroom mirror. You make a left-handed remote ghost gauntlet to complete the pair, because you don't see why the hell not. John Egbert now has a stand. Combine umbrella and straight razor. You make the barber's best friend. It suddenly seems worthwhile to you to go nab that umbrella-kind striped specimen that's been lying in the study for a while. Combine gushers and shaving cream. You make a deadly Betty Crocker Barbasol bomb. Be careful with that thing. Jesus. Combine Ghost Dad poster with... Okay, you have a cool idea for something to do with your Ghost Dad poster, but it looks like you drew shit all over that one too without realizing it. Lousy goddamn stupid subconscious. Anyway, you think you have an idea how to clean it up. Capture log / punch Heath Ledger Joker figurine. I'm still a bit non-happy with just seeing Bill Cosby here. If you can somehow subtract the code of the Joker figurine from the code of the poster, it might work. Luckily, the Joker code only has 2 holes, making the task very simple. The defaced Cosby poster shares these holes. You determine that the defaced Cosby could only result from a double punching with the Joker. If your theory is correct, this means the original Cosby poster had one of these holes punched, or the other, or neither, making 3 total possibilities. You try out all 3 possible codes, yielding 1 potted plant, 1 painting of a horse attacking a football player, 1 clean Cosby poster. Success. Combine Cosby poster with computer. You make the Cosby top computer. This thing is probably a useless piece of shit, but making it has caused you to feel an alarming sense of satisfaction. Combine Dad's hat with Problem Sleuth game. You make another ordinary fedora with 4 pieces of candy corn inside. Combine hammer and Problem Sleuth game. Whatever this item is, you cannot make it yet. It requires a ludicrous amount of grist, some types of which you have not even encountered. Combine iron and pogo hammer. You make the wrinkle fucker. So much sweet loot. You'd almost think it was simultaneously your birthday and Christmas or something. Of course, you know that is ridiculous and could never conceivably happen. John, I have a feeling, is literally gonna be Jesus. Dave Strife. Final round. We're finally not gonna have to strife with Dave anymore, hopefully. Right. And Dave's brother flies off in his fucking hoverboard. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist. Bro just kicked my ass. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Jade, pester John. Guard Agnostic began pestering ectobiologist at 1:25. John, did you get my package? Oh, hey. No, not yet. Darn. Are you sure? It was in a green box. Oh. Yes. But it's in my dad's car and he is still out at the store. He should be back soon. Great. What are you up to today? I'm up to my neck in the skirts of making talk with an alien? I see. So time's even more messed up when you get the Skya. I'll go outside and look. Oh man. Alright, be careful, okay? I will. Garden Gnostic ceased pestering ectobiologist. Garden Gnostic began pestering ectobiologist. Let's see this. I'm back! Oh, hi. I went to investigate the explosion I heard. Was it by any chance a meteor? Yes! How did you know? Oh man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything? No, I'm fine. Landed a pretty good ways away from my house, and I went to look at it. It's pretty big, but Beck doesn't want me to go near it. So I came home. You seem to think it's dangerous. Well, gosh, she's probably right. Anyway, what have you been up to, John? Oh, did you get my package yet? Yeah, I was trying to get it, but Rose dropped my car into a weird, spooky bottomless pit, and the package was in the car, and I'm really sorry about that. Oh, no. Well, okay, I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood? That's terrible, John. I'm so sorry, but I'm okay. My house is too, sort of. That game I was telling you about, Spurb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of transported me somewhere at the last minute. But I'm trapped here, and it's weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I just lost the car and my copy of the game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from the apocalypse. Well, sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John. Maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it's probably you. Wow, you think so? Yes. Well, okay, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to Rose to help transport her and save her from meters and fire and stuff, but she lost battery power, and I lost the game disc. So I think I have to get TG to use his copy to save her. But that jackass won't shut up and stop rapping and stuff. He's so silly. Yeah, anyway, I should talk to him about it too. About it. So BRB. This is a. So yeah, time closer to Skya is even weirder. Hey! Oh, there you are. How's your adventure going, John? It's okay, I'm making some progress and Rose finally connected again, so she's helping me now. That's good. Oh, but like, I don't think I'm actually saving the world here. I don't know what I'm really accomplishing, but I guess it's not that. Hmm. Well, I think whatever it is, it must be pretty important. Don't lose hope, John. I think you'll all turn out for the best if you stay positive. Just keep listening to your grandmother's advice. Yeah, you're probably right. But don't think I mentioned Nana to you, did I? Oh, I don't know, didn't you? Hmm. I don't know. Maybe you talked to Rose or Dave about it or something. Yeah, maybe that was it. They're really weird when they talk to me about you. Like, they're always trying to convince me you have some spooky powers, but I'm always like, no, she seems like a pretty regular girl to me. But then when I think back, maybe there are times when it seems like you know some things. I don't know. You know, like maybe you know more about a thing than you are telling me. I don't know. Oh well, John. I want to explain lots of things to you. Some things I know, I'm just waiting. Waiting for what? Oh, John. I forgot I was messaging you about that meteor that fell near my house. Oh yeah? Whatever happened with that? Oh boy. Well, turns out that I was confused about it. Really confused. See, I guess I fell asleep for a while and lost track of time. That happens. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Maybe you should like wear an alarm clock or something. So what was the deal with the meteor? Well, it's hard to explain, but I know what it is now, and now I know everything's going to be okay. Oh, so what is it? Or is this just another thing you're waiting to tell me? Oh gosh, John, I really want to tell you all this stuff, but I can't yet. I really think you need to wake up first. Huh? Okay, not literally. Well, okay, maybe kinda literally. Stop being confusing. Lol. Anyway, time for you to go, John. I think you have some company. Jade, update colorful reminders. You take a moment to gather your thoughts after your dream. While you are asleep, it can get very confusing figuring out what it, what is really happening and what isn't, especially during the eclipse when you're exposed to many visions of the past, present, and future through a variety of cloud mirages. It is only after you wake up that you are able to start making sense of it all, and your reminders help you do this. But on reflection, there wasn't much in the dream about the future. You're quite surprised to see your dog in your dream, though. It was the first time the crafty guardian has ever appeared in a dream. You have learned that today is his birthday, just like it is for your other best friend. You have always wondered about this, and never had the chance to throw him a party and bake him a cake. Now you can, but if you do, it seems you'll need a lot of candles. Beck has never allowed you to enter the mystic ruins for reasons you never understood. You always assumed it was on account of your protection, but your dream has strongly suggested to you that it is where you need to go now. Since your dream bot is secured in its chamber and does not need to be looked after, Beck is taking a nap in the grand foyer, as he usually does. Perhaps you can take advantage of this and sneak out of the house another way. Grab your harpoon gun. I told you! I told you all! Oh yes, of course. One of your reminders reminds you that you still have a package to deliver too. This way you can kill two birds with one harpoon gun. Use harpoon to zip line into the great outdoors. Choo! Rose, finish building. Oh my god, this is a Hello Neighbor nightmare. This is Hello Neighbor all over again. I hate it. I hate every second of it. I don't like this. Stop. Architectural perfection. Dave, mourn the loss of Cal. See you, little dude. If you had any more apple juice, you would pour some out for your homie. You'll have to remember to double check your closet for more juice. Go get a goddamn new sword. Perhaps you will, but if you do, looks like you'll have to break it first. Perfectly good stripe specimen down the toilet. Thanks, bro. Capture lock beta. You try the beta, but you forgot your Silodex was completely packed. You wonder why you jammed all this useless crap in here in the first place. Maybe you assumed you would weaponize it all during one of your customary hash rep battles with your bro. But in retrospect, that probably just would have been a huge chore and would have made the battle drag on forever. It's like, what are you made? It's like, what are you made out of time? Jet. What was it? The night of space or the night of time? Jay, everyone's connected in some way to this greater light and darkness battle. Eject your modus and set it to Scrabble values. You dump all this crap all over the roof. You then set your modus to the Scrabble hash function for some reason. This function always makes it a little less intuitive to calculate hash values for items, and therefore more cumbersome to rap with. But I guess that's kind of a moot point now that your bro flew off fuck knows where. His mysterious ways transcend irony once again. Get beta. You get the beta, now yielding a radically different hash value of the Scrabble function, which is to say, a radically exactly the same value. Pester Rose. Turn-tech Godhead began pestering tentacle therapists. Okay, I got it. I hope you appreciate how much gross spongy proboscis I had to fillet to get this game. Hello? What are you doing? Anyway, I'm going downstairs now and installing this thing. Later. You have finally finished your building project. You have done about all you can do for John. You don't think you can provide much assistance against all those ogres this time. But at least now John appears to be armed to the teeth. All there's left to do is wait for Dave. Rose. Capture log and send John code for his present. That would certainly hasten the parcel's delivery, but the gift is not finished yet. You have spent months accelerating your knitting skills to be able to make the gift of perfect sentimental appeal. You even incorporated a cherished heirloom you have had as long as you can remember. When he sees your staggering gesture of sentimentality, he'll finally understand. He'll understand that in the game of facetious sentimental gestures, no one gets the best of Rose Lalonde. Months in the past. Dear Rose, Dear Rose, happy birthday. Thanks for being such a great friend all these years. I know you like to make it out like you're playing it cool and don't care much about the people in your life, but I know deep down you really do. Hell, not even that deep down. It's like your subconscious is having a wet t-shirt contest. And you being all aloof is this totally soggy shirt doing no good at all, hiding nothing. Wait, it looks like two can play at this game of cracking all these highfalutin psychology books. Ah, snap. But yeah, I got you this because I think you're really creative and you could make something nice with it if you put your mind to it. And it might help you take your mind off a lot of all the serious business you're always absorbed in. All this weirdo, pseudo gothy stuff or whatever. Frankly, it's kind of depressing. Anyway, you're the best, Rose. Have a rad 13th. I will catch up with you guys soon. God, you're all so old. Ghostly Trickster, John. Answer. Grim Auxiliatrix began trolling Tentacle Therapist. Ah, I have a feeling I know who this is. I don't know what voice to make though is the issue. I don't know what kind of voice would fit this one. I'll just use the fan. If I'm correct on who this is, I'll just use the fandom voice I've heard most commonly. Why is it that when the subject of temporal mechanics is broached, your sparing human intellects instantly assume the most ingratiating posture of surrender imaginable? Time is not that difficult to understand. It is a utility that a universe may resort to in order to advance the desired degree of complexity, or may not resort to if that is the case. It's all pretty pedestrian. But no, when time travel comes up, you present the face that a man shows when the breeze gradually alerts him to his absence of nether dressings. The only voice that I remember for this character is from fan projects. I don't know about official voices. This is like one of the characters that wasn't in the Homestuck pilot by Vivzy Pop. I don't see how we are to properly agitate you all if you continue to insist on failing to understand basic concepts, which common infants effortlessly manage to describe via scrollings in their own puddles of sloppy discharge. Have we spoken? Have we spoken before? Yes, in the future. You and your friends never cease to invent ways to strengthen your credibility of your sessions. Oh my, is it your human sarcasm again? I enjoy listening to it, and I wish doing so could serve as my primary form of recreation. There, see, I just did it too, saying the opposite things to emphasize my contempt. But suddenly I feel more primitive and hate myself a little more. It was like this funny miracle that just happened in my heart. I would admire the sophistication of you and your fellow future dwellers a little more if you seemed to be aware of the word human only functions as that sort of adjective in bad science fiction. But I won't be rude and change the subject. There's still a bit of unflagellated straw poking out of your rhetorical effigy over here. Oh dear. No, we aren't from the future, but we are all already in agreement that you don't get it and never will. I thought you sped. I thought you said you spoke. We spoke in the future. We did. Your future. For me, it was only a couple minutes ago. I understand. You exist in some temporal stratum through which you have communication access to various points of my timeline. It's not that complicated. Yes, that's right. Will you try to talk some sense into your idiot friends so that we may proceed to bother them all on more rational terms? I try to every day with mixed results. But you see, it's not that I don't understand you. It's just that I don't believe you, because it's nonsense. Albeit persistent and coordinated nonsense. Why would a bunch of temporally dislocated trolls want to harass a group of friends throughout completely random points in time? I will admit this campaign of provocation wasn't all that well thought out. Don't tell anyone I said that. Alright, maybe you could get some trolling tips from us humans? Our sparing intellects are probably better suited to it. Yeah, maybe. Why don't we be friends? You want to be my friend? I think so. I think we're supposed to be. You suggested as much earlier. You mean I did in the future? Yes, a couple minutes ago. Probably because I remembered you mentioning it in the conversation we're having now. That's likely. Hmm. Your commitment to this role-playing scenario is intriguing. What choice do I have to but accept? We're working with 5 layers of different temporal laws here. Dear Dave. Dear Dave, happy birthday. I just want to take a break from telling you how much your gay butt stinks all the time and say what an awesome friend you are. Seriously, on any other day I would be downplaying how you aren't really as cool as you think you are. But just between you and me, I think you might actually be that cool. I think you just gotta get out of your bro shadow and spread your wings, dude. So I got you these. They're totally authentic. They actually touched Ben Stiller's weird, sort of gaunt face at some point. I'm sure you'll dig them because I know you lolled so hard at that movie. Okay, so for real, this is sort of a shitty present, but it is an ironic present because I know you wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe you can wear them ironically sometime. They might even be more iconic than you and your bro's dumb, pointy anime shades. Anyway, have a good one, buddy, and stay busy being totally sweet. Go see Trickster, John. So, I feel like a few of these are actually confirming some of the ideas I had earlier on. Granted, with Rose's aspect, it might actually be closer to just her. No, that actually still makes sense because with her being on the road to fulfillment, but not being able to continue, it does explain how she's starting to be further away from those she loves because he's starting to be petty when it comes to those who are also on that road. And then we have her being creative and not using those skills all the time, which could make still line up with that interpretation, given it's a sort of issue where she's stuck on that road to fulfillment, and the idea that she has to accept is right in front of her, but she's just not doing it. Seems like John was able to correctly ascertain these aspects of them. Adios, Toreador. Toreador? When we get the world of darkness? Began trolling toward the godhead. Hey, first, okay, I think you're awful. Let's put that fact on the table where we can both see it. I've been primed for the digestive ruination that's about to take place, and the comprehensive soiling of the laundry enveloping a person. Oh my god, you type like a tool. Yeah, now you're getting it. What are you in for? What you are in for? Are you ready to be trolled within an inch of your miserable human cortex? This is so weak, I'm almost getting tired of wasting good material on you guys. It's like you've got nothing. It's always one of you sprouting up and ranting about how hard I'm about to get trolled with no ensuing substance. You don't even know anything about us. One of you fuckers thought I was a girl. Okay, yeah, but the thing is that I don't care about your anatomical details and things like that. I know what you've done, or will do actually, is the most awful thing, the worst you can ever do. Sorry, I wouldn't cyber with you, dude. In the future, whatever. Wait, what? Wait, oh. Okay, you're the one who likes to submit innuendo. Human innuendo. Yes, human innuendo. Sorry for the lack of clarity. So, at what point in the future am I supposed to look forward to you whipping up this titanic hankering for my knob? Uh, be honest with me, 'cause I'm busy. I want to know exactly when I got to clear some space in my calendar for when some fuckwit blunders out of a magical phone booth and makes a ballad-inspiring play for my throbbing beef truncheon. Should I be perturbed by these illusions? No, man. Look, I just need to know when to be there. When the stars come into alignment and your flux capacitor lets you finally set your meteoric greed for crotch dash shunned. I wouldn't want to miss it and cause a paradox or something. It'd suck if the universe blew up on account of you missing your window of opportunity to help yourself to a pubescent boy's naked spam porpoise. Okay, this is sort of starting to upset me. Jesus, you are such a shitty troll. I guess I'll leave you alone and find another point in time to bother you. When, I guess. You are the more emotionally susceptible. I don't have these bees in your bonnet about your human sexuality. Oh no, no, dude. You sassed me up. We are on the shit now. Together. For the long haul. I. What? We're motherfucking entrenched in this bitch. You and me. Welcome to Nam. Now grab my hand and shimmy your soggy ass up that muddy bank before Charlie gets the fucking drop. Who? Who's Charlie? He's the guy who's going to read your vows. I'm feeling pretty friggin' matrimonial all of a sudden. Take a look down by your foot and see when that little bottle stomp on that shit. And see that little bottle? Stomp on that shit like it's on fire. Noisy ethnic dudes are flipping the fuck out and waving us around on chairs till someone gets hurt. I'm your 300-pound maturely freight train, and my gaping furnace is hungry for coal, so get goddamn shoveling. Oh my god! Bro, look in my eyes. That twinkle. That beat devotion. You herniated pro wrestler's sweaty purple taint. Sparkling like a visit from your fairy fucking godmother. Should be pure and true. That's what you see. A kaleidoscopic supernova of all your hopes and dreams all swishing together. Radially effervescing arms of more little boy peckers than you can imagine, turning out insane corkscrew haymakers of a billion dancing Vienna sausages strong. This is how we do this. This shit's more real than Kraft mayo. Adios Toreador. Blocked, Turntech Godhead. You are now the Aimless Renegade. Oh, it's an AR. You have identified a couple of unwelcome rogues outside your present stronghold. They are in violation of your jurisdiction. Despite your ordinarily striking marksmanship, you have spent your entire ammo clip without recording a single kill shot. What will you do? Realize that your weapon is magazine fed, not clip fed. You don't give a shit about that. Examine the wall behind you. The wall exhibits rows of ancient hieroglyphs depicting an array of amphibious and reptilian life forms. This is illegal pictography. Makes you angry. Go search for more ammo. There is plenty of ammunition stored in the various ammo crates, which you have spent a great deal of time unearthing from nearby dunes and hauling back to your stronghold. You have a large variety of weaponry and ammunition at your disposal. Whether you can locate some more AK-47 rounds quickly enough is a different matter. Quickly retrieve sidearms. You'll retrieve a pair of deadly sidearms, but you'll need a longer range weapon if you are to continue your enforcement. Find a rocket launcher. Here's one. Befriend the unwelcome rogues. You wonder if you should reconsider your grievance with the offenders. Perhaps you should let it slide. They seem friendly enough, and it's been so long since you've had company. It would also be quite a pity to blow up that tall, attractive female. But then again, they're both in flagrant violation, trespassing through several zones which you painstakingly marked as off-limits. While you conduct your investigation of this crime scene, it is your duty to investigate this illegal monument and get to the bottom of its illicit amphibious idolatry. This thing about all the sloppy footprints they are leaving in the sand makes your carapace steam. The law is all that is left to hold on to in its unforgiving dust bowl. You cannot afford to loosen your black claw's grip, lest justice slip through your fingers. Law is beauty. Order is peace. Judgment is the very basis for all that is pure and hold that thought. You need to take a moment to wear something ridiculous before you continue your spiel. Order in the court. You'll have order in this courtroom. If everyone does not settle down, you will clear out this courtroom. You swear to God. Examine moving platform. It appears to be a large stage serving as a kind of elevator, but it can't go down because there's something jammed in it. Looks like a peculiar musical instrument, probably centuries old. But yeah, the jury agrees. You've got to blow up those trespassers. Jade, place present on monument. You put John's present down in just the right spot, along with the letter you prepared a little while ago after a particularly interesting series of dreams. Should be any minute now. If I. You put down the time bit. It's out of your hands now. You guess you could swim. Maybe you can think of a better way across through. PM. Read the letter. This is kind of confusing. But you guess it's straightforward enough, even if the drawing is somewhat inaccurate. Oh no. Berate self for unauthorized AR. Berate self for unauthorized demolition. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You had them right in your crosshairs. You have no idea how a crack shot like you could have missed. It is practically inconceivable. Be the law. You reload and take aim. That fair carapace, how it sparkles in the desert light. No, you cannot afford to be distracted by such thoughts. You are busy being the law. You are the law. Whoops. Wave about in a WV. Wave about in a distracting manner. Oh, it's this guy again and his little blinking bee. So outrageous. That can ruse was a distraction. Let's see where this leads. Sweet bro and hell Jeff. Introducing a new friend. Jeremy with a G. Bro, have you seen my socks? Around anywhere? No, dude. Again with the socks. What is it even with you and socks, man? It's like you must be toking up on a joint to make you stoned or something. Can't even think of who leaves all these socks lying around like that. Ugh! The sock ruse was a distraction. I have the car. I I don't know. PM. Scamper quickly to the newly created hole. You have the cargo. Wait a minute. Wait. Was this? Go back. No, okay. Read the next step of the letter. At the bottom of the letter is a series of coordinates along with further instructions. You know what you must do. Liberty, reason, justice, civility, edification, perfection. Male. Years in the past. Blam! Today is your birthday. Your grandfather has decided to celebrate by introducing you to the thrill of the hunt. But suddenly you and Beck are wandering off. Where is this silly dog taking you? You find a present. You open it to find a shirt that is way too big for you. And pumpkin seeds. There's also a letter. Dear Jade, happy birthday. It's hard to thank you enough for your friendship over the years. Heck, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't even have met Rose and Dave. So that is like 3 times the friendship. That's almost like too much friendship. Haha. I only wish I could get you something for your birthday that could remotely make up for what you've given me. But of course, that's impossible. So here are a couple of silly things anyway. I went to a weird Asian store the other day and saw this rad shirt. So I got it and I'm wearing it now. But there was a blue one too, which was way more awesome, and I wanted you to have it. I know you like green a lot, but maybe you'd like to try wearing blue sometimes. I bet you look like $1,000,000. Also, I know you've been frustrated lately about how your pumpkins keep disappearing. Well, I can't begin to explain why that's happening. All I can do is give you these so you can plant some more. Don't give up, Jade. Wherever those dumb old pumpkins went off to, I'm sure you know the is in growing them and taking care of them until they're ready. Phew. Got to head out to the post office now, so this doesn't get to you too late. Talk to you soon. Ghosty Trickster, John. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, Jade is meant to be someone who is either nearly at the stage of fulfillment or is at the stage of fulfillment. And what she finds enjoyment in is talking to. That's why she's the one who's most conscious in the light realm and near Skya, which is why she's very adamant in assisting her friends through their trials, and why she's adamant in being so friendly with them and communicating with them, because she wants to be the one to help them also reach that fulfillment, because she finds enjoyment in that. Maybe that's what helped her find fulfillment, is helping others like that, which is what you can consider a good thing, which is again also why she's closer to more conscious in the light realm, because of the fact that the light realm is good and her doing this is good. Who is this John claim to be a friend? And these other friends he mentions, whoever he is, you think he might be onto something. Blue is a very pretty color. Also, growing some pumpkins sounds like it could be fun. Maybe you'll ask Grandpa if you can use the atrium to do some gardening. This will be exciting. Whoop. You bear the vicious brunt of this story transition directly in the face. You're getting really tired of this feisty man and his busy fists. Jack, kill John's dad yourself. Here, stick this in your pipe and bleed to death slowly. That's John's dad. You release the prisoner. He's free to go. Jade, play guitar to summon giant lily pads. I see. What the fuck? Dave, install beta. Alright, I'm installing this game finally. We're doing this, man? Yeah, you could almost say we're making this. Go on. What is it we're making this? Transpire. Excellent. Let's make shit take place. Enter. Cutscene time. Decided this game would have some angles. Burn. Minor. Time loops. Is he gonna send that through time? Okay, that was filled with like 50 different lore reveals. First of all, the air. It seems like the locations where the light and dark entities that we see, like the mayor can control spurb of specific people from, comes from the objects which allow the main characters to enter the medium. That was the biggest lore reveal. And it seems like they sort of grow, and then the spurb control centers are sent into areas that are fitting. Like the one where the mayor was actually the corkscrew of a wine bottle. We also have the weird plant, which gave Jade a way for to interact with Dave. It essentially gave her Dave's own copy for him to use, for her to use. Obviously, we have John entering the first gate. He enters the first gate on the third act. What else did we have all of a sudden? Obviously, we had Rose gain a Colonel Sprite assistant. This time it was a mix between her Cthulhu princess and her dead cat. So that's another dead person who's brought back to life as a Colonel Sprite. She likely got sent to the medium as well. We don't know what happened with Dave and Jade yet. We have more time travel shenanigans because it turns out that the Nana Sprite etched the letter in Colonel Sasakare's book and sent it back to the potentially back to the past for John's father to then give to John. And then that was quite a lot. End of Act 3. Intermission. 1. Your name is Spade Slick. Wait a fucking minute. Is Spade Slick Jack Noir? Maybe. Your name is Spade Slick. You are the leader of a notoriously vicious gang of mobsters called the Midnight Crew. A rival gang known as the Felt recently knocked over one of your favorite casinos. Your long quest of revenge is finally taking you through the front door of the mansion belonging to their loathsome boss, Lord English. Your subordinates, Club Deuce, Diamond's Droog, and Heart's Boxcars, have been dispatched to various locations throughout the mansion to begin carrying out your mission. Your objective is to locate and crack English's secret vault and plunder its mysteries. That's the business end of it. The pleasure will be painting this ugly house red with the blood of those miserable green motherfuckers. Inspect timekeeping devices. Stupid gang and their lousy obsession with clocks. The sooner all these idiots stop being alive, the better. You wonder where they are. It's awfully quiet in the mansion. Sans all the dreadful ticking. Capture log, carriage clock. You obviously have no idea what that means. If it's some smart-ass way of saying to pick it up, forget it. You're already carrying an item. It is your trusty deck of cards. Build for it with clocks. You have an idea that is so much better. Clocks destroyed. 4 out of 1,000. Check for traps under the billiards rug. What is under the rug is much worse than any trap you can imagine. It is a member of a species that you do not recognize, with a ghastly furred upper lip. You cover the unsightly back up and try to forget it ever existed. Play 52 pickup. You need a deck of cards to play that infernal game. Fortunately, all you have is your war chest, which you deploy on the floor. Open war chest. Shuffle contents of war chest. You rummage around. It's no unusual assortment of belongings, and nothing any mobster worth his salt would be caught plotting and scheming without. Certainly nothing eyebrow-raising. Bunch of blades, some playing cards, and a variety of other miscellaneous stuff. Also your vendetta itinerary and your heist map. Scavenge war chest for fancy headwear. If there are any elaborate headdresses in here, you'll eat your haberdasher. But of course, there's only a plain and serviceable backup hat, which naturally conceals two licorice Scotty dogs, which makes you think that maybe you're wearing your backup hat and this is your usual one. Hell if you know. They are the same damn hat. Hide inside your war chest. You cannot hide properly inside the war chest because you cannot close it while you are inside. Instead, you momentarily pretend there's a really cool automobile that commands the fear and respect of larcenous adversaries everywhere. Beep, beep, beep. All aboard the idiot wagon. Start up the Crosby top. Is that what this thing is? You've had it for some time and don't quite remember how you got it. You never knew the identity of this pipe-smoking creature. Perhaps it could be the same species as the character you just saw under the rug, but you know that is impossible, because this one does not feature the same bizarre fur lip. They are probably different species within the same genus. Go to mspaintadventures.com. You don't know why you're wasting time on this website. It is for little children who poop hard in their baby-ass diapers. Also, you don't understand what the hell is going on or who all these characters are. It's all a lot of nonsense. Delete the time setting on the Crosby top. Clocks destroyed, 5 out of 1,000. Take the spade key. You take the rules card for blackjack. You have possessed this item for as long as you can remember. You do not yet know its significance, though you can hustle up a mean game of blackjack when you need to. Examine vendetta itinerary. These are the mugshots of everyone you are going to kill. You got the head start. You're already off the crowbar, matchsticks, and quarters, depleting them of some of their muscle. You've still got to watch out for the others, and stay wary of their despicable time shenanigans. Itchy has given you the slip repeatedly. Doze you've captured and interrogated just as repeatedly, to no avail. Trace has broken into your secret hideout more times than you can count, while Finn always seems to be a step ahead of you and scoops your heists. Clover has all the intel and is highly cooperative. You might need him to crack the vault. He'll be guarded. Best to avoid die in any direct confrontations unless you want a temporal mess on your hands. Conf- but if you need any repairs, you could always get Stitch and persuade him, and you might need to if you can't kill Sawbuck with a clean shot. Eggs and biscuits are morons, but they are dangerous morons. Cans is a tank, and your crew will need more ammunition than you pack to take him down. No one knows what Lord English looks like, but I'll be corrected tonight. You've got dibs on English. He's all yours. Wonder where the number 8 mugshot went. It's right here. But you aren't going to kill a snowman. It's out of the question. Examine heist map. On review, your scheme seemed a bit convoluted, but you wouldn't have it any other way. Deuce and Droog split up to neutralize as many felt as they can find. Your heavy muscle and expert safecracker. Boxcars is headed straight down to the vault. Use radio device to check on unscrupulous cohorts. You put the word out to your cronies for a status report. No response yet. You clean up all your junk and prepare to get the show on the road. You slip the spade key into the deck of cards, then pocket the war chest. Smooth as clockwork and every bit as logical. Enter the hallway near the main entrance. Funny, you didn't hear any commotion or gunplay, but it looks like there's already been some action in here. Or there will be. You can take tenths for granted with these goons. 13 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed, apparently. Looks like Club's Deuce is getting back to you. He said he's got Doze tied up for interrogation. You ask him what else he knew. Capturing that guy is like shooting a paralyzed monkey in the face. B Hart's boxcars. Here now, Club's Deuce. Rough him up. He remains light-tipped, so you deal him a senseless shin-drubbing with your crook of felony. Oh, the humanity. You can barely watch. He's probably still using his special ability to slow time down for himself. He can't feel a damn thing, and certainly isn't saying anything apart from a very low noise which could be him saying ow. Very, very slowly. Punch clocks and faces to establish chronology. Why would you do that? All these clocks are lovely. You see no reason to harm them. 987 out of 1,000 clocks unharmed. Swap hats with those. You begin a feeble campaign of psychological warfare. Perhaps compromising his fashion motif is a way to get to him. Nope. Looks like he's still in his weird state of stasis and doesn't care. Either that, or it's driving him nuts, just very slowly. Dump the contents of your war chest over him. War chest. What are you talking about? All you've got is a simple, unassuming deck of cards. Play some solitaire. Don't be stupid. To play solitaire you need a deck of cards. I don't see a deck of cards, do you? All I see is your battle drawer. Throw the hat down and stomp it mercilessly. Oh no, it's itchy, and it looks like he's all wound up. He unties Doze and quickly swaps everyone's hats around. Doze proceeds to make a fleet-footed getaway. The chase is on. Stop being hard to boxcars. Page slick again. Alright, you're the boss. Hard boxcars you ain't. Someone has replaced your plain and serviceable hat with a silly and undersized one. An outrage beyond compare. You're sure you know who the culprit was. You can still smell his overly caffeinated blood. 986 out of 1,000 clocks shown mercy. Lift left leg and hold it a little ways in the air. Oops. 4 out of 15 green torsos dead. Where? See Deuce's hat on top of your current one. You're already wearing Deuce's hat, you fool. The one on the floor is Droog's hat. This is exactly why you always keep a backup hat on hand. This son of a bitch on the floor here has played his last game of musical hats. Soon these lugs will learn to show you some respect. You made this town what it is after all. It was nothing but a bunch of dust and rocks before you got here. Dust and rocks. There's a chance that these characters take place after the meteoric event of Homestuck. And we're getting like time travel shenanigans, obviously. Wear backup hat. You deploy your chest and swap this dinky little hat for one more suited to your tastes. Wait a minute. Thank God, your precious Scotty dogs are still here. Don't know what you'd do without them. You don't want to even think about it. Dai makes his usual sort of entrance, the nonplussed, vaguely bewildered sort. Beat Diamond's Droog. You got it. Club's Deuce it is. You've opened your wardrobe in search of your backup hat. You also need some more rope to retie Doze, who is absolutely tearing through the mansion as we speak. If you don't hurry, he may clear the chair within the hour. But it's a big mess. You mostly just see a bunch of bombs and cards. You're not sure which what. You can never remember which card to pick up. You can't believe how shitty your memory is. Grab the deuce of clubs. You pick up two licorice gummy bears. These need to be stored for safekeeping as soon as possible. Finding your backup hat has never been more urgent. Pick up all the cards and throw them at those. Pick up a bunch of cards and fling them dozeward. Didn't accomplish a whole lot, other than put some of your private reading material on embarrassing public display. Black inches. Pick a card. Any card. You're a busy guy, so you just pick up any old thing and put it on your head. Since you are in a big hurry, you'll assume that it is your backup hat. Stand nearby the two remaining cards on the floor. An off-suited king and jack. Pick up card depicting stately blonde-haired fellows. You aren't going to stand around Jack King off all day long. So you grab the Jack of Diamonds. Oh, here's your backup hat. Problem solved, you guess. Forget you are CD. Believe your heart's boxcars. You suddenly remember you are Diamond's Droog. Whoever took your hat is about to discover he's the unluckiest man on earth. He better hope you find him dead. What you're gonna do to him will be much less painful than that way. Wear backup hat. You don't have a backup hat. All you got is a deck of cards. Oh wait, yes you do. It's stashed away in your Brawlsalium. Receive hat from Brawlsalium. You are the only member of this band of thugs who is civilized enough to keep more than one backup hat, as well as an extensive array of finely tailored suits. The Brawlsalium seemed like the best storage option for your exceptional wardrobe. If there's any better sort of compartment to keep your wardrobe in, you'd love to hear it. Also, there's a shitload of guns and cards in there too. You pick up, you put on a backup hat. Withdraw licorice fish from backup hat. Phew, your Swedish fish are there. This is why it's a good idea to always store your candy in your backup hat rather than your usual one. Other members of the gang have learned this the hard way and they're finally starting to catch on. Suddenly, you get cold cocked in the face from the future. You know the knuckles belonging to that sucker punch anywhere. Trace always knows where you've been. The spineless rat likes to follow your past trail around and mess with you. Trouble is, whenever he does, he lets you know exactly where he's going to be in the future. This time you'll be ready for him. You radio Deuce for backup. Give him a time and place, and exactly what path through the mansion to take. Resume pursuit of wounded felt member. You don't know if the wounded guy went up the stairs or came down, or who wounded him, and when. Might have even been you, for all you know. Follow trail of blood up the stairs. Can't overthink this time stuff. You go with your gut and head upstairs. And that, folks, for today, I believe will be the end. We are currently in the intermission section of Homestuck. And I wish you all a good afternoon, good evening, and good night.